Fiona is a dog that's here. She's very young. I think like maybe 7 months old, and she is here for resource guarding, food aggression issues. Her owners are a little bit older, and we got to get this under control. Generally, when I see dogs that have this like genetic young age showing food aggression issues, a lot of times I see that it kind of stems from this place of just complete lack of impulse control. So she was the dog that you have food, and if you drop something on the ground, she's like a fucking bullet for it. You set that bowl down, she is just going for it with all her might, just absolutely no impulse control around it. What I've found is by addressing the impulse control issue and getting the dog just slowing the fuck down and thinking a little bit more and being a little bit more mindful of the human around the food, that you avoid the resource guarding in the first place. Maybe 5 days ago, 6 days ago, something like that, Senny came to me and said, hey, she's growling and snapping over her food, which is something that she's obviously here for. And we haven't really worked on it so far. We decided to take her out and to take a look at things. And I implemented the method I've done many times before with dogs like her, where I take the bowl, I don't say sit, I don't say wait, I don't say anything like that, because those things do two things. One, they imply that if I don't give the sit or the wait, that the dog is allowed to just go for the food and do whatever the fuck they want to, which is not the case. That food is mine until I give it to you. And the second thing is they're indirectly teaching the dog how to access reward, which is what she wants, which is good for a lot of teaching purposes of things. But when I'm trying to suppress or decrease a behavior, I want her to learn how to avoid a consequence. I think that that shifts the mentality a little bit of the situation. What I did is I took that bowl, I slapped it on the ground, and she went for it like a damn hyena. I corrected her for it, and she stopped. She was a little bit apprehensive around the food then after that. She was like, wait a minute, whoa, because she had such strong, mindless lack of impulse control for going towards it that now that I'm telling her not to, she's like, whoa, it's like snapping her out of it. I don't know what to do right now. Next day, same deal, went for it right off the rip, needed to correct her again for it. And then today, we needed to correct her for it, but it was just a verbal correction. She's hitting a point now where she's mindful enough of just me being present, where if she goes for that bowl, I can just tell her no, and she's like, oh, okay. And then we were able to get a couple successful repetitions. The last one, where she was the most confident so far, where I set it down and she's really starting to understand, oh, I just wait until he tells me that I can have it. Tack on to that, again, we have the mindfulness of the human, where at the end I was feeding and I pet her at the end, and obviously there was no sort of negative response or anything. We still got a little ways to go with it, obviously. You know, we're just 3 days into the process, but we have a dog that now is being mindful of the human, is eating near the human, is understanding the expectation, and is not guarding the food.